Haha, America's Obsessives. I don't have the book cover this week because I left it in LA. But there it is, America's Obsessive. This is a new book review, people. A friend of mine, Ron Lampert, recommended this book to me, and I really enjoyed most of it. Some of it was long-winded, but America's Obsessives is basically about the people who helped build this country and how the fact that they were so obsessive was one of the reasons that they were able to achieve the things that they did. The people that the author covers, who is it, Joshua Kendall? Joshua Kendall is baseball player Ted Williams, Este Lauder, the makeup queen, Heinz, the ketchup dude, Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, and who else was there? Dewey Decimal, the Dewey Decimal dude. You know, y'all been to the library and checked out the decimal system, and you got to figure out how to find a book, and you using his system. But I don't even know if you use that anymore. They don't. Okay. Anyway, and then who else? Oh, and Kinsey. Kinsey was a psychologist who used all the sexual experiments to figure out people's sexual proclivities. Proclivities, is that a word? It is a word. I don't know if I used it right. But anyway, basically what the book talks about is that they all became great because they all obsessed on one thing. And if you've ever read bios of great people, one of the traits that they usually all have in common is that they're very single-minded. But Joshua was the first guy to actually use the word obsessive. Obsessive innovator is really the word that he uses because a lot of these people did innovate the fields that they were in. Este Lauder innovated the makeup, and Ted Williams innovated how baseball players swung the bat and how they played the game, um, so on and so forth. I think basically the things that they all had in common were that they all had unmet emotional needs from childhood. They're all abused, came from broken homes, uh, kicked out. Just the mother, either the father hit them and the mother neglected them, or the mother hit them and the father neglected. It was just they all had horrible childhoods, so that by the time they became adolescents, they were extreme loners and felt more attached to things than people. So for those of you out there who have experienced the same thing, you know, now you know where to channel your energy, just, the things and people. The downside is that even though these people were really great in their fields and, to the world they were amazing, in their personal lives, obviously, if they're loners and they came from, these dysfunctional families, their personal lives were horrible. Where Ted Williams had like three, he was just sleeping all around. Thomas Jefferson slept with his underage slave. Kinsey was sleeping with men and women who were part of his study. So that's just not even ethical. Um, who was the guy who had like multiple? Lindberg had three or four wives and fathered like 6 to 8 children. I mean, it was like they all their personal lives were just horrible. Um, but to the world, they were great, and they all did a lot of philanthropic things and stuff of that nature. The one thing I want you guys to take away from this is because I feel like anxiety and anxiety disorders is so diagnosed and people are taking drugs for it or even depression. But one thing all these obsessives also had in common was that their nervous system worked in reverse, meaning that the more they did, the less anxious they felt. So some people they take on a lot of work and they feel more stressed or more anxious, whereas for them they felt happier and more relaxed when they had a lot of things to do. It was better for them when they had a lot of stuff on their plate as opposed to less. Whereas some people prefer to have less on their plate to relieve the stress. they worked the exact opposite. And they also all made lists of things that they wanted to do and are doing. They were very big on lists and writing it down of what to do today, what to do for tomorrow, what to do for like a year from now. So list making and just always making sure they had a plate full. They also had, like I said, very terrible personal lives. Uh, it was just very conflicted. And so read the book because I'm sure we all know somebody like that, or or maybe we ourselves like that or share a similar trait. And this just kind of helps put things in perspective. Um, the first chapter on H. Heinz I felt like was too long, but as the book got going, I really like everybody else was really great. So check the book out. It's not a must read, but but it is a good read. So see you guys later. Peace.